Hello, my name is Zachary Weber, and I am the president of the Be Good campaign. It's a campaign to end bullying and to accept our differences. I am with my brother, Cavin David Weber, and he is here to explain about himself and how he is different and how he's been bullied and other important things that you should know. So, Cavin, were you ever bullied?
Yeah, actually I was bullied kind of a lot back in elementary school, and I had a few bullies.
Well, maybe you could tell us about one?
Yeah, I had a couple actually. One of them was I was just talking about just recently. She for the longest time was trying to figure out a good name that would rhyme with Cavin, and she couldn't. But one day she came in and she was so happy with herself because she came up with cabbage to say instead of Cavin, which I was mainly offended that she didn't come up with anything more clever than that, because that really doesn't make any sense.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Well, how did you face her?
It kind of lasted for a long time, but eventually, we sort of became friends on and off. I tried to talk to her, but she didn't really want to have that, so I figured it was her loss if she didn't want to, be able to accept who I was.
Well, maybe you could tell the audience how to end bullying.
The way that I always ended bullying is by not letting it bother me. I would more than anything just kind of go along with it. I would make fun of myself more than they would make fun of them, and I was always really funny as a kid, so I would joke around and do all kinds of things, and then that ended up fixing the situation.
Well, exactly why were they bullying? Yeah, why were they bullying you?
They were bullying because I was different than them, and bullies tend to bully people because they're not comfortable with who they are, and then when they see somebody who is comfortable with themselves, like I was, they tend to get aggressive, and they have to put that person down to make themselves feel better. So that's why that's the main reason they bullied me.
How are you different?
I'm different in a lot of ways. First of all, I'm gay. I came out and I was, I think, 16 years old, and that I thankfully was in a good place at that time. But there were, a couple people, and I was always different. I mean, it was kind of obvious back when I was little and in middle and high school. I'm sorry, elementary and middle school. So, I wasn't like all the other boys, and that was one of the reasons. And I'm all kinds of things. I'm kind of a nerd, I like computers, and I always like science and video games and all those, so that was a good reason for the bullies to target me. So yeah, those are the main reasons I'm different.
Wow, that is actually very extraordinary. Well, I see that you are a person of a very intelligent mind.
Thank you.
How do you feel about others thinking about how you are? Like, about how people are thinking, like, all around the world. There are some people that think gays or all those other kind of things you are completely bad in lots of different ways.
I think that's really sad, actually, because most of them cite the Bible and other religious texts, or for other various reasons, or they're just uncomfortable with the way they are, and that really kind of makes me sad, because I consider myself to be at least a spiritual or even a religious person, and I personally know that the God that I respect would never judge somebody based on who they are or who they were born as.
How have you been doing these days?
I've been doing really well for myself. I work for a production company. I'm a tutor at school. I do a lot of visual communications and motion graphics, and do a lot of art, so I'm pretty happy with the way I turned out. Well,
is there anything else you want to say to us?
I just think for whoever's out there and they're being bullied, that it always gets better, and to keep strong and just trust in who you are, and not be afraid of who you are, who you were born to be.
Well, that is very nice, Cavin Lee. So now that you have learned more about the ending of bullying, you must also know that you, in the matter of bad situations, is that you must always be good. You must never choose the wrong path. You must always go to the light, which my mom always says. Also, you are you. Do not ever try to be the same like another person, because imagine if the entire world was completely the same. It wouldn't really be that much fun, am I right? I'm very proud that you people are always trying to work hard and choose the right path. Thank you.